Felicity from Get Your Rock Out here, talking to a couple of the guys from the Qemists. So how are you today?
We're good.
Yeah,
Good.
great,
Yeah.
And you guys, you've been around for a little while, but this, the past year or so has been the first time you've really been playing with rock audiences and the heavier style of audiences.
Yeah.
And it just seems as though everybody has fallen in love with you instantly. Did you ever, when you started this whole thing, imagine that you would be playing to these kind of crowds?
I don't think we really discriminated between who we thought we might end up playing with. We've done a lot of festivals, and festivals are playing to a very diverse bunch of people generally.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. This year has been, to some extent, we've played more focused events, which are playing to, rock audiences.
I don't think we really predicted that Korn were going to phone us up and say, "Oh, hi guys, I really like your stuff. Will you come on tour with us?" If I'd have known that, I don't know what I would have done when I was younger. You told me that would happen.
You probably wouldn't have believed it. Even if it was yourself from the future, you probably still wouldn't have believed it. You'd be like, "No, you're lying."
Yeah, no, that was it. So it was amazing to meet them.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
It's kind of the thing that we hadn't done. We played to very focused dance, related audiences, and we've DJ'd to thousands of people, and that's we've kind of done that, and now it's time to go and play some proper rock shows.
Fantastic. And Korn's audiences really seem to get behind you guys and really like it. And so, have you had a lot of people coming to you solely from that and saying, actually, we really, really like this?
Well, it all happens through Twitter and Facebook now. So the fans and the likes and stuff went through the roof. Just because the shows were so big, I think. There's just a lot of people coming to those shows. It's really different though. Dance music fans are really different from rock music fans. Rock music fans tend to get behind the band and as a whole, whereas dance music fans are into one track at a time. It's whatever your hottest track is at the moment. Both ways are really cool, but it's just doing this tour, this headline tour of sort of rock venues, really shows you how different the two styles are.
Wow.
I hope we can keep playing both, of course.
Yeah. And have you found at all that any of the dance crowd are coming to these kind of shows, or is it just completely poles apart?
There's a lot of dancing going on.
There's a lot of dancing.
They look like they know how to dance to drum and bass. Not that anyone really does, but they look like they're getting it. Yeah.
I think there's still a good portion of dance music fans, but I think on a greater scale there's less differential. I know a lot of what you could call proper rock kids, but they've been listening to Skrillex, Noisia. They're listening to dance music as well. Yeah. They're not one or the other. Really.
That's it. Yeah, we're not too genre based in our music. It's not like we play every type of music or every genre, but we never have seen the distinction really between drum and bass and fast rock music. It's so close. It's just a matter of tweaking a sound. How much you distort things.
Yeah. And so, audience-wise, have you got quite a younger audience? Is that mainly who you see coming to these shows?
It's a bit broader spectrum than that, actually.
It's quite wide. These shows are 14 and over shows, but I've seen most people drink, so they're a bit older.
Yeah.
And quite a lot of guys.
Yeah, it's
quite a lot of guys. Maybe it's just because they push to the front or something. I don't know, but I think I don't know. It seems I can't really work out what do you call it, a demographic? Yeah, I can't work out what our targeted audience is. It's just everyone.
Fantastic. No, it's been really, really interesting to see how much you guys have done, in the circles that I kind of move in such a short space of time. It's been really positive to see.
That's cool.
And of course you've had a bit of a lineup change around recently as well.
Yeah.
And how's that been settling down, on the road?
Oh, it's awesome.
Couldn't be more pleased with having Ollie as the front man of the band.
Fantastic.
His band Collisions that he was in before this got a lot of critical acclaim anyway.
It's so good.
And unfortunately they had to split up because of I don't know why, musical differences or whatever. But so we were working with Ollie in the studio. He's from Brighton as well, and the stuff he's put down on our album is just blowing everyone away. So eventually someone just said, what, why don't you just work together and do a tour and see how it goes?
Yeah.
And the response has been amazing. He's just got such a good voice. It just fits so well with what we do.
Fantastic. And so he's like a permanent fixture Or have you?
Yeah,
Yeah. So like
yeah,
100%.
This isn't a one-off thing.
Good.
We're building. We kind of go forward as a band. You know, we present ourselves as a band. We're not a dance music troupe exactly. We are, but there's a feeling of a band anyway when we're on the road, especially, and that's how it's presented live.
Yeah.
And you know, we all get on so well. We're all such good friends that it's basically a band. It sounds weird to say because we're just like we're studio producers, really.
There's the three of us, me, Leon and Dan, that sit in a room making mad sounds and producing guitar and writing the tracks and everything else. But we are having Bruno and Ollie have been in the studio much more, and their input is becoming, you know, much more significant.
Fantastic.
In that area.
Interesting. And so, like, everything we see going forward, it's probably going to be even more of a collaborative effort, like writing wise.
Well, we've got a lot of featured artists on the new album, so we're still writing with a lot of other bands.
And I think we'll always do
Fantastic.
that. That is something that is a Chemists thing.
Yeah.
It's something that we, as three producers, feel we need to do, is to be able to step outside of the remit and bring in, you know, other people from different genres that share a similar vibe for kind of strong, aggy music.
But it's that finding people who get it and get the vibe that we're putting across live. So finding people who can add to what Bruno and Ollie are doing and what the band's doing, and then we collaborate with those people. So it's a matter of looking for the right people to feature, not just like a name because they're famous or they have a fan base or whatever. It's about getting that sound that we've got in our heads down all the time.
Fantastic. And you absolutely think that that's going to be something that you do carry on, like as a thing?
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Yeah.
Fantastic. No, it's really. I think it's always good to work with people who enjoy the kind of thing that you do, and like when that mix is right, it's absolutely spectacular to hear. Definitely. And yeah, I mean, tell us all about the new album.
So some of the artists who've come in to the studio recently include Hacktivist, Crossfaith. We're kind of trying to work with people who are coming up and creating really interesting sounds now. It's, you know, so we're just keeping an eye open for those bands, and those two that I just mentioned are especially good. Also Gets, who is a grime MC from London, who's got a real rocky sound and a real heavy voice, and he just fitted with what we did. So
nice.
All of those acts have their element of crossover in them. Gets it has a rock element. Hacktivist have got the urban rap element, and Crossfaith have got the heavy electronic element. They all share a similar characteristic to us, and so they get what we're trying to do.
Yeah, so we didn't waste any time in the studio. It's just everyone understood what we were trying to do, and that's what put together some of the best singles on the album. And yeah, I mean, the album's got a hell of a lot of tracks. We're testing them out now, and we're trying to sort of go, okay, let's work out what the good ones and the bad ones are, and we haven't really found a bad one yet. So we're just going to answer that question like, come on, one of these you must go more crazy to than the others. No, it's going to go crazy from start to finish. So seems to be working pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. No, I mean that is incredible to hear. I mean, like, how much have people heard before these shows? Like, I mean, do audiences know any of the stuff you're putting out there, or are you doing?
No, we've just put a couple of teasers from the new album.
Wow.
But we're playing stuff from the second and first albums as well. The other track we did with Mike Patton is one of the ones that comes in quite early, and
I think
Enter Shikari and people like that we've collaborated with. So.
A bold move to go out and play a completely unheard set.
I don't like it when bands do that.
No,
anyway.
I
when they go, we're just going to play our new stuff, and no one's heard it. It's like you got to throw a few classics in there.
So how much, like, kind of percentage-wise is old and new?
5 new tracks in.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So still like a decent amount for.
Yeah, and we're going to be adding more all the time, I think.
Wow, brilliant. And so when can we actually expect the album release?
We're looking at an early autumn release this year. But yeah, 100% 2015.
So it might be like late autumn, early winter, but it's going to be out there.
Doesn't look like it.
No. Oh, fantastic.
After the summer, we'll get a few festivals done, and and then I guess put it out while it's while we're playing live.
Brilliant. And are you planning on like touring much more as a band unit when that comes out? Are you hoping to?
Yeah, I think one of the ideas will be to help support the new record is to come back out and do another UK tour.
Fantastic.
And which will obviously feature more of the new material because the album will be out by then. And work it from there really. We spent a long time being away from the UK, doing festivals and things in Europe, and it's time to come home and spend some time here.
Brilliant. Well, that's what we like to hear. And like festival wise for the rest of the year, and like also show wise, I mean, where can people catch you?
Well,
that you can tell us about.
That's one we can't tell you about.
I don't want to jinx some of the gigs that we've got. They're kind of offers, and you obviously say yes to them. So it's a little bit early for us to put out our summer schedule at the moment, but we're going to be playing everywhere.
Sure that we will update.
If you're going to a big festival, we'll turn up and we'll play for you.
Just like walking, like trying to sneak on stage, like, well, you wanted us, we're here.
Yeah, that's it.
But fantastic, and it sounds as though like this is going to be a hugely exciting year for you. I mean, it's been pretty good already, let's be honest.
Yeah, good start to the year. 2 tours, and we're just into March. So.
Brilliant. Well, I hope that the rest of this goes really, really well. And I have no doubt that we're going to see you back around here very, very soon.
Thanks.
Brilliant.
Thanks.
Nice one.
Nice.